This time on Kawaii-Fi Radio, it's a bit of a different episode as we chat remotely. It's going to sound very interesting once I have to edit that. My God, you guys just talked through the entire break. We used too many bear puns.
Kyle, tell us about that time you were a bear.
That time I was a bear, I was a cute anime girl. The items I was given was a bear outfit.
Unbearable.
Sounds like a polarizing point of view.
And we finally chat about Tiger and Bunny.
If you like My Hero Academia, it's just older that.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
a kind of a profound difference.
It's a
in on
game
everything
show.
that they-
It's over 9,000!
Configure the language logic interface for Japanese.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi Radio!
Konnichiwa and welcome. You're tuned in to Kawaii-Fi Radio, the podcast we step into the world of anime and manga. I'm Kyle, and joining me are my co-hosts Aaron and Kenny, and we're on Discord to record this episode.
Hello.
Hello.
And it's going to be a little bit different because we're recording online. And why? Well, because after 2 years of the pandemic, I finally caught the spiciness. So I'm mostly recovered now, but we're erring on the side of caution just in case. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing okay. Just wanted to ask, so when you got it, did you sort of feel that kind of letdown, like, oh, come on, I thought I would get through all this without ever getting it?
Yeah, because now I can't get any government support at all.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. That's a bit of a kick in the guts. I'm not too impressed by, but it happens.
How about you, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm doing all good.
As always, this episode, we're doing something that we've been trying to do for like 6 months. And then, of course, I got COVID. We are going to be talking about Tiger and Bunny because part 2 has ended finally. Part 2 has finally come out and is done. So we need to talk about it. And the lovely Kira Lee would love to be joining us for it, but she's a little bit indisposed. And Tifa is also hopefully not got the spicy cough and just has normal cough. But yes. So as always...
Kind of a hell of a week for everyone, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Now, if you are new here, welcome. We also have a YouTube channel, and we create monthly anime videos and put interviews on there. And this month we interviewed Alex Cazares, and she plays Rebecca in Cyberpunk Edgerunners. So you can find the links for that, our Patreon, and all the social media links below in the episode's description. But let's get stuck in with what we've been watching.
I have no idea how old I am or where I came from.
Nani? Ohio.
Hang time! I gotta go!
I have to know. Hooray! I did that thing.
Oni-chan, nani wo miru? What we're watching. Alrighty, now, it's been an interesting fortnight, and we've all had the chance to watch stuff, and we've all watched the same thing. And that's
the epic battle victory royale.
That is Chainsaw Man.
I mean, with all the hype it's been getting, we couldn't not cover it, of course.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Now, I think we all kind of have differing sort of points of view on this. Aaron, I would like you to start us off on what your experience with Chainsaw Man has been so far, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I've enjoyed it. Like, the animation's very smooth and beautiful. And, like, I mean, I've only seen the first episode because I haven't had much time recently, but it was really nicely done. And, like, it set it up really nicely so you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I had a word to one of my friends about it, and I was like, hey, you know some stuff about this, right? And he's like, yeah. I was like, is this the... And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I hate it.
What?
What happens with Pochita?
Oh, yeah,
yes!
right.
Yeah, I'm not...
I want Pochita back!
Me too. I want more Pochita, like, especially with all of the, you know... The in the lead up to this, the amount of times you see Pochita in all the advertising and everything, and then the way...
And, like, all the figurines and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to definitely show up again later in the series. It's just a matter of how, I think.
Well, I think it's just going to be flashbacks, and that's going to be... I want them to be like a duo.
Yeah! Or at least, like, you know, there's a way to, you know, undo what has been done, if you will.
It's
Yeah,
just,
breach
I
the
don't know,
contract.
it's like they introduced this adorable side character, like, what is it? Spy Family has done the same thing, introduced this adorable character that everyone loves, and it just seems like the studio's taken a look and said, hey, this is going to be great for advertising if we do the same as that. But then let's just get rid of it.
Well, I mean, that'll be based on the story as well. So
Yeah, I
I
guess.
think it'll definitely be based on how it was promoted, and that's the choice of the studio, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like every time I see Pochita, I think of Dorugamon because they're the same shape, just different colors.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's a Digimon.
Yeah, give me the Digimon. I want the Digimon.
Someone's going to mod that into one of the Digimon games, I just know it.
Oh yeah, it's just a color swap. That's all it is. It's a shiny Digimon. I have also been watching Chainsaw Man as well as something else, but I've got about 4 episodes in, I think I am now, and I'm not a massive fan of the main character, just because of his motives. I love the story. I find it fascinating, and I want to know where this is going to end up, but I kind of feel a little bit disappointed by how lowbrow it is in some areas, especially with the amount of hype it's had. Like,
I think it's the hype that's killed it. It's that it's been built up so much that you have like greater expectations.
Well, I mean, like the way it was talked about, you'd expect it to be like a story on par with like Demon Slayer or, My Hero Academia, where it's got this, big overarching plot that is to do with like some direction or, some major goal that they had in mind. And so far, the major goal of Chainsaw Man has been boobs. So,
Which, I mean,
enough,
look, don't get me wrong.
It depends on your perspective of it.
That's not a valid goal. Like, that's high school DxD. Come on.
He wants to clear his debt and live a happy life.
Yeah, and that's without being too spoilerific, the debt issue becomes not very much of an issue. Let's just say that his motives from there on are not, great. Anyway, Kenny, how much have you seen?
Only like 2 episodes.
Oh,
I caught a little bit of it a few nights ago with a mate. We sat down and watched a bunch of things together.
I was going to say, you also watched Isekai Nobu?
Yeah, it's we reviewed that one like in our very early episodes because I was just begging you guys to watch it. It is such an awesome anime. And all of it's available on YouTube, which I just love.
What?
Yeah, that's how I've been able to watch it.
Oh, it says there's only 10 episodes. Is that right?
That should not be right. There should be plenty more than that. But
it's 24.
I keep telling like you and all my other mates these like great animes to watch, and like some of you are like, yeah, that sounds good. I may watch that sometime. And so yeah, I kind of just lost it, and finally just strapped my mate Jeremy down to a chair and taped his eyes open to watch a few animes the other day.
Yeah, but you do the same to us.
Yeah.
Like, we're like, oh, this is really good. And you're like, yeah, I'll get around to it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the taping things down part. And,
No.
I haven't done that to you guys yet.
No. What Aaron says is the other way around. Like we say to you, hey, you should really watch this. You go, yeah, maybe. I'll get around to it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Someone shall.
So you can't
get
get mad at us.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
I knew that
Thanks,
was coming.
Dad.
So Isekai. So Isekai Izakaya, is that right? Or
that's the one, yes.
Yeah.
Izakaya Nobu. It's like just your normal, average kind of nice little Japanese izakaya restaurant.
14-minute episodes?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's quite short, but the world building is wonderful. It's so it's like a normal, average little restaurant. Its back door opens up into Tokyo, so they can, go home and buy their normal food. But the front door opens up into a Germanic fantasy world.
Well, as it would, yeah.
And all of the inhabitants just sort of are like, what is this strange foreign restaurant from another foreign land? and they're all just enchanted by just average, normal Japanese cooking.
Mm-hmm. Well, it came out, it aired in 2018. It's a ONA, original net animation. Was animated by Sunrise.
I know, right?
Which is huge. Like, what? And 14 minutes. You can currently watch it on Crunchyroll, which is handy, as you can obviously Chainsaw Man as well. Based on a light novel series as well. Don't know if it's got a manga adaptation, but yeah, it's worth checking out. And the food's good. It'll make you want to order Japanese.
It also had a live action series in the works, from what I last heard.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I kind of want to look into that. I could go that. Like, especially if the food looks really good. Like, if it looks on par, then I'm down for it. I've went. So while I was sick, I couldn't do much. So while I was playing games, I watched. I started watching my back catalog, and one of the things I watched was the Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. So it's not an isekai series, and we originally kind of, ruled this one out because we thought it was a complete shameless copy of the Isekai Hero Rebuilds a Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that one we're not recommending anymore because it just basically devolved straight into cliche harem territory the moment they dealt with the main plots. That's disappointing, especially with how they had spent all this time and effort building up the characters as strong individuals and not ones that were, just going to go straight down the cliche route. However, Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt, I thought it was going to be like a one-note joke where, it's like the first episode is like, I can't wait to sell off my kingdom and then live a life of luxury somewhere else. And that idea just kind of disappears after the second episode. And it becomes really... I wouldn't... this is not like a 9 out of 10. This is still like a 7, a 6. But it was a lot of fun. And it becomes all about him negotiating all these other kingdoms and the political turmoil that's going on and the people he knows. And it was really fun. It was really fun. And they did a really good job of building the world as well.
Okay, that actually sounds pretty intriguing. I might have to join you in watching that.
Yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised, and I'm hoping it does get a second season because the way they've ended it, they ended it kind of on like he whispers, he says something to another person, but you don't get to hear what it is, and it makes that other person go, well, I actually do want to watch you do that. Okay, you have my support.
He says, Hail Hydra.
Yeah, Hail Hydra. But yeah, look, it was a lot of fun, and I was very pleasantly surprised when I went back to watch it, because when I've watched the first episode, I was like, oh, this is just going to be the classic, I did something wrong and it all went right. Oh no. But no, it wasn't. It was just that for the first episode. Then after that, like proper political intrigue, proper navigating conflicts and scheming happens, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, can recommend checking out. Also on Crunchyroll as well. So nice and easy. So if you've been watching anything interesting, I know there's a lot this season to talk about, and I'm sure we'll get to it all across the next couple of episodes. Before we get to the end of the year, we will come across all these different shows and cover them. But if you've got something interesting that we may have missed from this season, please let us know in the comments section below. And I think I mentioned it last episode as well when we did the Halloween ep, but the Akaiba Maid War is amazing and it's worth checking out.
Seen clips and sequences from that. It looks utterly bonkers.
It is. It's brilliant. Okay, so I think we should get on to our main topic for today, and that is Tiger and Bunny.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
I think I watched that as a kid.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Back Catalogue.
Alrighty, Tiger and Bunny. Now this originally started out as a 2011 original series by Sunrise as well, go figure. And Aaron, this is actually the series which ended up letting you become introduced to Kira Lee. Is that right?
Yeah. So Oh, what was it? It was either, I'm pretty sure it was actually Neko Nation.
Ah.
It was one of those ones, or the cosplay night at the court. And I saw Kiralee there with her partner, Scott, and Scott was dressed as Tiger, and Kiralee was dressed... no, it was at the court, that's right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Kiralee was dressed as a Squirtle. I was there with my partner at the time, and I was dressed as Tuxedo Mask, and I was like, oh my goodness, I hope he goes to the Neko Nation coming up soon as Tiger, because if we both go as Tiger, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Neko Nation rolls around, we're both there as Tiger, we hit it straight off. I think that was like 8 years ago now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say, it's been a while since Neko Nation did nightclub events, and we've kind of taken over that space with Hoshi After Dark, so go figure.
Well, they're starting up again in Sydney. It's called like E-Girl Nexus or something.
Yeah, I've heard about that. It looks a little interesting. We'll see how it pans out.
E-Girl Nexus. That sounds unusual, I think.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an odd look, the artwork. Hopefully they kind of polish it a little bit, but we'll see what happens. I think a lot of the people who are involved in it up and left, and that kind of happens. But
well, it was mainly one guy, and the problem was he got really sick, but now he's recovered.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Did he do it like
it
Australia-wide, or was it only over East?
Yeah, he did it Australia-wide. It started here in Perth.
Oh,
He was a
okay.
Perth guy, and he ended up moving to Sydney.
Ah, okay, that checks out.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to Sternbild City, which is the location for Tiger and Bunny. And this series we have touched on several times over the past few months because we were planning to do this episode when the first season dropped, and then I think either everyone got COVID or I moved house or something happened. So there was a reason we couldn't do it. Oh,
The universe is very against us doing this.
Kiralee gave birth. That's what happened.
Oh, yeah.
And
Not
unfortunately,
having children.
How selfish of her. Kidding.
No. Now, obviously, Kiralee would love to join us today, but unfortunately, not possible. And seeing as we're getting towards the end of the year, I figured we couldn't really put this episode off much longer. So let's talk Tiger and Bunny. And if you don't know what Tiger and Bunny is, you may have seen superheroes in sort of like full body outfits that have like sponsorship on them. Like, they've got a bank on one of them and so on. And that dates all the way back to 2011, and it's been in AMVs and so on. These are all from Tiger and Bunny. So in Sternbild City, those with special abilities are called Next and can use their powers for good or bad. A unique organised group of Next appear regularly on Hero TV, where they chase down evildoers to bring limelight to their sponsors and earn hero points in the hopes of becoming the next king of heroes. Wild Tiger, Kotetsu T. Kaburagi, is a veteran hero whose performance has been dwindling as of late, partially due to his inability to cooperate with other heroes. And after a disappointing season in which most of the other heroes far outperformed him, he's paired up with a brand new hero who identifies himself by his real name, Barnaby Brooks Jr. So Barnaby's nicknamed Bunny by his frivolous new partner. Man, words. And it quickly makes it clear that the two could not be more different. Though they mix as well as oil and water, together they must learn to work, both for the sake of their careers and to face the looming threats within Sternbild. This series is great. It's a buddy cop show.
It's essentially, if you like My Hero Academia, it's just older that.
Yeah, it is.
Well, with a kind of a profound difference, the whole corporate spin
It's a
on
game
everything
show.
they have to do.
Yeah, there's the corporate elements of it. There's the, hero points elements of it, the game shows, the popularity contest, the sponsorships.
I'd say
It's a lot.
closer to like reality TV.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the one in GTA was. Like, you remember in like GTA 3 they had the radio show and it was like, oh yeah, natural selection has come home.
I was going to say Survivor.
Yeah, Survivor works as well. Now, this first came out in 2011. Then it had two movies. The first movie is kind of the beginning, and that's based on the first two episodes of the show. And then there was a sequel movie, The Rising, which is set after the series, isn't it? Between season 1 and 2.
After.
And then we have Tiger and Bunny 2, which is the one which started airing on Netflix. Would have been April. Part 1 aired, and Part 2 landed last month. October. Oh, yeah, no, last month. Yeah, literally 4 weeks ago at this point in time. And it's done really well. It's beautifully animated.
Yeah, and they did a good job of capturing the essence of that first season, even though it was over a decade ago. Like, it still has the same feel. Like, you could watch it consecutively, like the whole thing, and you wouldn't notice that big a change.
Yeah, it kind of has a very timeless element to it in ways that stuff like your modern Marvel stuff kind of doesn't. It's not dated at all.
One big thing to point out is that the second season is now done by Bandai Namco Pictures. So BN Pictures is the little logo which comes up. So that's who it is. It's just Bandai. The art style has managed to stay very consistent, and I don't know if that's because they managed to keep like some of the same team, or something else happened where they've just got someone on board who did a really good job of making sure it looks the same. If you haven't seen Tiger and Bunny, it's a action-packed comedy series. It's got mystery elements to it. It's, of course, about superheroes. And there's a lot of things to like about it. Like, all the side characters in particular are really good.
Oh, yeah. They're absolutely amazing. It's very much a buddy cop series. Without it being cops, it's more superheroes.
Yeah, I kind of expected to get very much over the characters. I kind of figured they'd be very one note. This is their character trait, and this is how they behave and the way they're just going to react to everything in every situation. But no, they're given a lot more depth. They're almost given their own individual episodes as the show goes on, and you're like, okay, you're actually all fleshed out characters. I like this show now.
Oh, Kenny, you said you're 10 episodes in now, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Did you see Sky High's episode?
Not yet. I have a feeling that one's coming up.
Ooh, have fun with that one.
That's a good episode.
It's memorable.
Sky High is the one with like the propeller jets and jet engines.
Yeah. He's the one that everyone keeps calling the King of Heroes.
Yeah. It's funny you said that about the side characters, because what Curly sent through to me about her main points for it was that the new series goes into everyone's backstories and also focuses on other characters other than Tiger and Bunny, which actually makes it a lot stronger because of it, really grounding all the characters in the world for people, which I thought was really cool.
I mean, I thought they were already doing a good job.
Yeah. But the good thing with season 2 is it's introduced more characters as heroes. And essentially what they've done is they've taken all the original characters and thrown in more, and they've paired them up so it's all buddy heroes.
Yeah.
So, can you guess who of the originals have been teamed up, Kenny? Let's have a little game.
All right. Let me think. I want to guess Bulldozer and Fire Emblem as one team.
No?
All right. Who would you put Fire Emblem with? Oh, is he with the Ice Lady? What's her name?
Nope. Blue Rose.
Yes, that's right. Okay, I think I give because
Sky High.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
Huh.
And then Rock Bison is with Origami Cyclone.
Interesting.
And then Blue Rose and Thunder and Dragon Kid both get 2 new characters to buddy up with.
All right.
Although, if
pairing.
you've seen the movie, you'll know who Blue Rose's buddy is.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll have to check that out later. It's just, that is unusual pairings, I have to say.
Yes, but they make them work.
I guess I'll see.
Well, I mean, look, if it didn't work, it wouldn't be, they wouldn't have bothered doing it.
Yeah. But, like, some of the characters, like Sky High, great character. His ability isn't to control wind.
No. I thought that was
like
his...
he essentially makes himself weightless. That's why he has the jetpack.
But I've also seen him use it on other people, like in the first episode.
Yeah, well...
Or is it that he makes himself weightless with the wind, but he can't control the wind around him?
I can't remember.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he needs the jetpack to control his direction, otherwise he just starts floating off.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, because I haven't caught all of season 2 yet, but I do remember that there's a second league as well of heroes, because you got like your first league and then a second league of them, which is like the new and upcoming ones, like Sumo Thunder and all that.
Yes, that's very prominent in the movie, I believe. Like
that's what it was, yeah.
The Rising.
Mm-hmm.
Sumo Thunder. What's his deal? I'm guessing lightning and
Sumo.
Yeah,
He's just a big fella.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the name.
Oh yeah, that's the whole point in the hero moniker.
I forgot he's actually episode 14 of season 1. The other second league heroes in episode 14, In Pursuit of the Backstage Thief. Yeah, that's the one. And he also shows up in the Rising as well. Work together to put out Fire Emblem's flame while he was unconscious. Yeah, so yeah, he looks like I forgot about the weird sort of codpiecey hanging flap. It's a weird. He's he's wearing a green onesie, right? Except that it doesn't. It's kind of like a traditional wrestler's onesie, and then it goes into his like socks, boot things, and then he's got like a brown leather belt around him, which is like a sumo belt with like the bow at the back that Orochimaru has, except it's small. But at the front, it's got like a little leather flap which hangs down over the groin, and it just looks a bit weird.
Oh yes, mud flap.
Mud flap, yeah. He's got a mud flap. I always thought that Blue Rose would retire eventually.
I mean, maybe eventually, but I mean, I won't get too into it because the ending. Oh my god, the ending.
Yeah. So I was going to say, season 2's ending, does it feel like it's very definitive? Or
it's absolute.
It's absolute. Oh, so no more after that, you reckon?
Absolutely not. There is nothing after this.
Wow.
What, did they nuke the city?
No.
Aaron's just sitting there going, he Googled it, didn't he? He Googled, I better not say anything. No mention of nukes.
Yeah, now everybody has powers because they're radioactive and there's no need for superhero TV.
And Pepsi came back with Pepsi Crystal.
No, the way it ends is very like, okay, that's it. I'm satisfied with this. I'd like more, but this is perfect.
Oh, okay. So it's a good finale.
It's amazing. And like, they've paced it so that it would be the perfect ending.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got 10 years to sort it out, you'd hope they'd have thought about it a bit, I guess.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But like, because at the end of season 1, Kenny, I'm sorry, this is a bit of a spoiler. The whole organization, Autobotos, they're like, well, you know, snake eating its own tail. You can't chop off part of it because it'll just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mystified and don't fully understand. I get the distinct impression I'll be like, oh, now I get it. When I finally get there.
Yeah.
Also, going back to Sky High, his next power is listed as wind manipulation.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's kind of a little bit... apparently, this ability doesn't allow flight, only levitation.
That's it.
And then utilizing.
That's why he's got the jetpack.
So he can use it. He can use enough wind to make himself, I guess you could say, neutrally buoyant in the air, but not to move himself around. So the jetpack helps him with that part of it.
I was certain I'd seen him use it on other people.
Oh no, he can. He can use it on other people, but it's not strong enough for him to do it on himself and make himself move at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was that he could do it to himself, but while he's using it, controlling the direction of it was too hard.
Yeah, bingo.
It's like when you get those water jetpack thingies, and like you got to try and control the angle because otherwise you're just like everywhere
and splash. Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, I've seen the outtake videos of people using those.
The water jetpacks, yeah. I love the ones where you see it and the guy's like, you know, diving in and out of the water like a dolphin, and you're just like, I wonder how many takes you had to do with that to make sure you didn't drown.
Years of practice.
Years of practice. Oh dear. Anyway, you can watch all of Tiger and Bunny on Netflix because they're the ones who were involved in organizing season 2. They're not the the official like funding to it or anything like that. Bandai Namco were going to do it anyway, but they're just they've bought the exclusive distribution rights for season 1, the film, the specials, the OVAs, and season 2. So now that
It's all about branding, just like the show.
Exactly. It's all about Netflix whacking their giant N on things. And then making you go dun to all your friends as well.
Sounded dirty.
It sounded pretty dodgy. I realize that. So, Tiger and Bunny season 2, very good. There are people online who don't like how they went with it.
I will fight those people.
And I was going to say, like, they clearly didn't watch season 1 recently to realize that it actually fits in perfectly with the original style. There's also those people who are complaining that the art style hasn't changed, and it's like, that's good. You want it to be consistent.
Is that a bad thing? I don't understand.
I don't think it's a bad thing at all. They're just saying, like, you know, the first they reckon the first series said everything and the second season was pointless, and I'm like, no. You didn't finish this, did you? So,
like, the first season was great as itself.
Yeah, look, it was good.
You can easily watch it and, like, leave it as, like, an open-ended thing. Like, sure. But if you would like that ending, season 2 does it.
Yeah. And if you, I think if you want to continue that story and you've enjoyed it, I think it's worth it. Like,
yeah.
It's definitely worth your time.
I mean, I wonder if there's almost a bit of just superhero movie fatigue behind it.
Oh, that'll be part of it.
Yeah, of everyone just sort of seeing everything else that's come out in Western media lately and just sort of dismissing it. Because I will actually have to shamefully admit, I kind of didn't want to watch this show based on exactly that. I'm very bored of superhero stuff as of late.
Yeah.
And so when you're like, we're doing Tiger and Bunny, I was just like, I'm gonna be sick that weekend.
Yeah.
But no, it was
it's refreshing.
It really is. It feels like it's how do you even put it? It's not even that it's an original take on the whole superhero thing, the whole corporate angle. I think other productions like The Boys on HBO have done something very good with that. But it's that it's not taken in that completely cynical angle. It's not like really dodgy and evil, but it's just sort of, it's frustrating when you watch it, but you can also feel that the heroes are frustrated with it as well.
Yeah.
Well, also, it shows that they're actually human.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike a lot of superhero media these days, which is like, oh, look at them having human problems. And it's like, that's just a miscommunication problem, really.
Yeah.
Really, it is.
It usually is. So, I mean, let's be honest, like, after we got past that sort of first and second phase of Marvel films, I think we have seen a lot more of a messing with the style of superhero films to try and make them seem normal. And that's not the point.
It's not to start internet arguments, because why would I want to do that? But I do think we've seen the very best of Marvel.
Yeah, look, let's be honest. Like, there's nothing innovative or mind-blowing coming out of Disney's house anytime soon. Like,
unfortunately, but yeah,
it's just the way it is. Like, you're welcome to disagree, but like after Endgame, the only films that have really stood out have been the Spider-Man films.
Disagree with us in the comments. Yeah. Let's fight.
But let's fight.
Aaron is staying quiet about this.
Deep down, he disagrees with you, Internet. He wants you to fight as well, but I will be fighting on his behalf.
No.
Okay, go for it, Kenny. You go fight.
You go fight. Anyway, let's move on to what's been making the anime news this past fortnight.
Kawaii-Fi!
Tonight on Anime Communique.
Great story, compelling and rich.
Nothing brings ratings up like a little controversy.
Be the Mothman you want to see in the world.
Well, that's going to be a very interesting. It's gonna sound very interesting once I have to edit that. My God, I just talked through the entire break. I don't know if I can cop that out. It's just probably gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna start it with Kenny going, "Be the Mothman you want to see."
I'm okay with this because I think there's a good message behind it.
Yeah, we're half doing it in hopes that you get some good little audio snippets that you can just like throw in randomly.
I can't do that with this setup.
This week on Kawaii-Fi Radio, Kai.
So let's talk controversy, shall we?
Kenny is a Mothman.
It's true.
Well, Kenny has opinions on Marvel.
That's not news.
No, that's not news, and it's not.
Fight me in the comments, damn it.
But let's talk about something big, and that has had various opinions, and that's Kaguya-sama Love is War. The manga has come to an end. And as part of that, the creator Aka Akasaka is retiring from drawing manga. They're still going to keep writing, but basically he says he intends Kaguya-sama Love is War to be the last manga for which he was responsible for drawing. He does have other mangas in the works, such as Oshio no Ko, but that's drawn by someone else, which is, I think it was Yokoyari Mengo.
Here's the thing, and I made a point to say it in the pre-show. Subscribe to our Patreon for that. I'm actually very okay with this.
Mm-hmm.
Consider the sheer amount of like mangaka that work themselves into death or into poor health.
Oh yeah.
It's just kind of nice when, one of them gets a good ending. They finish their awesome big magnum opus product and then just chill out. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with it as well. He has added that he still plans to draw as a relaxing hobby. So hopefully that means we'll get to see lots of, special fan art from it and all that.
Wicked.
Now, if you aren't reading the Kaguya-sama Love is War manga, it is exceptional. Highly recommend.
This is true.
And the film is due to come out internationally end of the year, I believe. I could be wrong. Let me pull that up. I know that the First Kiss wa Owarinari is due for... that's right. It's premiering the 17th of December in Japan, so we'll be getting it in the new year.
Yay.
Oh, it is also going to have a preview at Anime New York City, Anime NYC. So that is November 19. So we'll get our first look of that, along with a panel from the event and the main team behind it as well. So I think it's going to be pretty good. It's going to stream by Aniplex worldwide anyway, so it'll be Crunchyroll again once it does leave the cinemas. So that's the good news. Let's move on to more good news, because there are sequels incoming. That time I was a bear. So Kuma
That's my
Kuma
everyday
Kuma
life.
Bear. Second
Kyle,
season.
tell us about that time you were a bear.
That time I was a bear. I was a cute anime girl. I was reincarnated in another world, and the items I was given was a bear outfit.
Not what I was thinking.
No. So
Unbearable.
Kuma Bear second season, or Kuma Cubed, is going to arrive in April 2023. Now, I am wondering, because this is in the same genre, but where is I Maxed Out My Defense Season 2? Because that was meant to happen this year as well.
Right, Bofuri's amazing.
Yeah, so Bofuri was meant to be this year as well. Now, if you haven't seen Kuma Bear, it is basically a girl dies, we're assuming she's died, and has awoken within a video game, so think Sword Art Online style of connection, after passing away. And is it actually, am I right? Yeah.
No, you're thinking of Land of Leedale.
I'm thinking of Land of Leedale. Sorry, other one. 15-year-old Yuna prefers staying home and playing her favorite VR MMO game to doing anything else, including going to school. When a strange new update gives her a one-of-a-kind bear outfit that comes with overpowered abilities, she's torn. The outfit's unbearably beautiful, but too embarrassing to wear in game. But then she suddenly finds herself transported into the world of the game, facing down monsters and magic for real, and the bear suit becomes the best weapon she has. So I'm going to say she's dead.
I don't know, Kyle. That sounds like a polarizing point of view.
It's a bit unbearable to believe, isn't it?
I don't think you're qualified to make that assessment.
No, I don't think I am. I can't.
Those are all rather grisly statements.
This is true.
They are. I think we need a pause right here, and
very much so.
Now, season 2 is meant to air of Bofuri in 2022. Obviously, that hasn't happened. So it'll be interesting to see. Oh, hang on. There we are. we're going to get 2 seasons in a row of cute anime girls in video games. Bo Fury, Season 2, January 2023. So first quarter, and then it'll directly be followed the next season by Kuma Bear's second season as well. So we'll get all of that cute anime girls doing MMO things at once, which is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
So good
My
news.
favorite thing about Bo Fury is the main character's name.
Maple?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's my cat's name.
Oh. I think my favorite thing about Bo Fury is Sally as well. Like, both Maple and Sally are just brilliant, and they're min-maxes. That's all they are.
Sally reminds me of If from Hyperdimension Neptunia.
I've never watched any of the Neptunia series, actually.
You won't enjoy it.
I won't enjoy it?
No.
Why not?
It's a world where there's only women.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's why Kyle would hate it.
Well,
what are you trying to say here, Aaron?
Lowbrow as well.
Is it?
Points.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Like, one of the characters is well endowed, and that's basically her entire character.
Oh, okay. No, I
She's actually the goddess of Xbox.
Yeah, because they are all based on consoles, and I'm sitting there going, you think I wouldn't be interested in a series which is all about Mega Drive, like Sega's old consoles as anime girls, but now I understand why.
Well, it's not just about the consoles, it's also about the software companies.
Mm-hmm.
So If, who's a lot like Sally, she's it's Identity something, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, right. And that parallels a game manufacturer, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Let me say blah 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 blah. Come on.
Just because something's lowbrow doesn't mean it couldn't be have some enjoyable qualities. We all have our guilty pleasures.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. I mean, we've mentioned this, that there is a certain zombie apocalypse anime which is just filth, and I adore it. I think it's brilliant, still to this day, even though the guy making it, the fact that the author died. I'm making a very saucy anime. I'm going to stop making this saucy anime because I have a heart problem. But I've now made another saucy anime that is even worse, and now I've died from a heart attack. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Rest in peace, you silly bastard.
Dude, don't drop that word.
I'm sorry. Rest in peace, you silly fool.
But, yeah, it's one of those things. But yes, anyway, Neptunia, based off the Sega Saturn, because planets, that's what we do. Let's move on and talk about, and I'm sure Aaron will pop back in and go, oh, it's this. Okay. But there is
I'm legitimately looking at Wikipedia's, and I can't find it.
Oh, no. So let's talk about one of the other big news reveals, and that's That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. The film is heading overseas in December. So, Reincarnated as a Slime, Scarlet Bond is coming out on... the film's rollout overseas will start in December, eventually including the US, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Canada, France, Germany, South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and South and Central America. The staff are planning to screen the film in other countries and regions as well, where Crunchyroll has a footprint by the sounds of it. The full trailer is only available in Japan at the moment. And it's going to open November 25th. Crunchyroll will then do the screening of the film in all major global territories. So the film is going to be a lot of fun. It is an original story. It's not based on the light novel or the manga, and it includes new characters, which is, these aren't officially confirmed, but Hiro, who is an ogre survivor, and Toa, a queen with mysterious powers. It is all set in a new country named Raja, located to the west of Tempest. Rimuru and his companions get involved in a long-running conspiracy that whirls around a woman with a mysterious power. Rimuru and his commander Benimaru also encounter another ogre survivor named Hiro, who used to hold Benimaru in high regard. Obviously, there is going to be some banging of heads in there.
I'm guessing this is sort of like your old school kind of Naruto and Bleach movies where, they have all the characters, but they are in no way canonical.
I suspect
it's
so.
It's sounding like it.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. I really don't. Like, if it's a good story and it deserves to be told, then fantastic. If it's trash, then it will fall to the bottom, like all of them do. But based on, the quality we've seen out of, that time I was reincarnated as a slime, I don't think they'd put it out if it wasn't okay.
Yeah, I'm not expecting I'm not expecting it to be bad or at all. Like, we've only had good experiences out of this. I really love the side series, Slime Diaries.
Yeah, Slime Diaries, the manga was very good, actually. I really did quite enjoy that.
I loved the attention they gave to Geld, the orc chief, who turned him into, like, the ultimate just dude bro
Geld
dad.
is just such a bro. I'm a big fan of that.
Oh, Geld's awesome.
Now, plenty of music going to be in this one. Stereo Dive Foundation and Minda Ryan are back doing opening tracks as well, and True as well. All three of these performers have had their songs used as OPs or EDs for the series. So, it's all going to sound and feel the same. It's going to be great. Now, actually, let's stick with films. One Piece. Film Red is
back.
One
Piece is real!
That's real!
It's back at number 1 for its 13th week in Japan on the box office. It's opened in America and earned bank, and it's just opened here. That's probably going to be our next episode, provided I test negative and can leave the house.
I mean, it goes without saying that it made bank. It's One Piece.
It's One Piece. And I do need to actually publicly apologize, because I know I gave One Piece a lot of grief early on, and now that I'm reading it, I understand why this is so big. Like, it deserves the hype it gets. There's a reason it's got over 1,000 episodes, and I mean, admittedly, like any long-running shonen series, there's going to be bucket loads of filler in there, but manga-wise, 1,000 chapters, it's fitting, considering the amount of characters and the amount of world building they've done with it, and I'm definitely a One Piece advocate now.
It's just hilarious. It's the obligatory reminder that the author was thinking of finishing it way back in 2012. It's almost unimaginable at this point.
Well, I mean, I think he was thinking about that in 2012, and then he was like, actually, I've got one massive arc I want to do, and then we know that there's only meant to be one more arc after this. So, I think we're about to head into the final arc now, is my understanding, but we'll wait for the official announcement for them when they say it is in it. But that might be another 200 chapters. So
I thought they already said that.
They've said they're planning on heading into it, but they haven't confirmed they've started it yet. And
jeez.
Yeah. So I think for the TV show, we're going to have a lot of... For the anime, there's going to be a lot of filler for the next couple of years, while the manga gets ahead enough for them to then, do it justice. Because if you don't know where it's going to end, it can be a little bit... Yeah. Also, this person who wrote the screenplay for One Piece Red did the One Piece film Gold, Heart of Gold, Gantz Zero, or Gantz O, more correctly, that CG animation, which was phenomenal, and the live-action Black Butler as well, and they're all quite well rated.
Wow.
So
yeah, especially the Gantz CGI one.
Yeah.
The fight choreography for that one was just beautiful.
Well,
so
Goro Taniguchi is also the director, and he did Code Geass.
Oh.
So
okay, yep, this is going to be good.
Yeah. I think the main criticism we've heard about this, and this is something Tifa brought up when we talked about the film, is that apparently it's got a bit more music in it than people want, but it is about a character who is a singer. So
well, her name's literally Uta.
Mm-hmm. So,
She actually kind of looked like an idol.
Yeah.
So... looks like they're branching into Love Live One Piece.
Oh no.
No, it's just Love Piece. The One Piece is real.
One lie.
Now we have to find the Love Piece. Otherwise, our club will be shut down.
Isn't that just Boa's entire storyline?
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, on a complete side note, because I mentioned I was reading the manga, last night I got past the point where we had the time jump.
Oh,
and
3D2Y?
Yep. I'm into that bit now. Yeah. 3D2Y. So, for those wondering what that is, it's not 3D. It was something that was written to let them know, no, we're not meeting up in 3 days. We're meeting up in 2 years. and that 3D 3 days, no, that's crossed out, and then 2Y for 2 years. And they do a pretty good job of explaining it very quickly when it comes up. So yeah, it's not going to spoil anything. But that's what the time jump is, and that's where the animation changed in the series and the manga. But Usopp got buff.
Oh, dude, they
Usopp is
all he had a glow up.
He had a major glow up. I don't think Frankie had a major glow up. Frankie's just become more mechanical than human now. I don't like his
Frankie. He has a lot of who's the actor who played Eggman?
Oh, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey?
Yeah, he's got a lot of Jim Carrey influence from this point on.
Seriously?
That checks out.
Yes.
That checks out.
If you watch his hairdos,
Yeah.
you'll pick up on references.
Yeah. He's got like this is the guy with the blue hair, and when he reappears, he looks like he's had a buzz cut, but they press his nose and his hair goes into a full afro, and then when they let it go, it goes back in. It's brilliant.
Well, he got the David Martinez treatment at the end of Edge Runners.
What?
Yeah.
He dead?
Because you remember how
No.
David got his torso removed from his body and then plugged into that suit, and he was like 4 times the size?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he's sort of like that.
That's essentially what Frankie did.
But he did it to himself by choice. And
He's more machine now than man.
Yeah.
Twisted and goofy.
yeah, he also has like giant hands like Rebecca's from Edge Runners, but he can then slide them back and have little hands pop out.
Yeah.
Did he just tourist into the cyberpunk universe?
Yeah, I think he
Basically.
should be. Oh, it's great. But yeah, look, also fun fact, One Piece Film Red has topped Top Gun in Japan to become the highest earning film of the year.
Top Gun.
Yeah. And, it's come out at the end of the year. Anime is both the number 6 all-time highest earning anime film in Japan and number 9 all-time highest earning film in Japan.
I mean, don't get me wrong, anime is like a huge industry. It goes without saying in Japan. But for it to top like Top Gun, because that was very widely well received world over. So,
and Japan does like Tom Cruise for some reason. Like that, all of his films do really well in Japan for some reason. Go figure.
It's because of that Oprah interview.
Yeah, that's probably it, actually.
Wait, really?
No, that's not why.
I mean, no, you say that, but that does sort of resemble sort of like some of the characters you see on Japanese game shows.
Yeah, this is true. And I mean, like, you've seen anyone who talks about like how Japanese TV are just so over the top expressive when they're on it. Like, they'll be eating something like, oh my, it's really good. Yes, this is one of the best things I've ever tasted. And it's like, dude, it's just rice.
Did you guys see that one where it's like, is this real or is this cake?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the chocolate
one as
and
well.
he bites off the door handle,
and
like the way he turns and looks at the camera.
Yeah, it's amazing. And same sort of thing with any of their game shows, like that classic Wall of Boxes one, and how vocal and active everyone is in it is so good.
The one I love is the Stairs of Lube.
Oh, that was hilarious. Everyone's just sliding everywhere.
Oh, just go to YouTube, look up like their prank TV compilations. It's just, you wonder how they get away with it. Is there just absolutely no OC health and safety over there?
Oh,
No. Don't bother with that. Just look up MXC on YouTube.
I mean, yeah, there's that too. Did you guys see the prank they did with Attack on Titan? So they had an elevator shaft, right? And the person gets in the elevator, and when they're in the elevator at the top of it, they know the person's coming up, and they've got a prop of Levi attached on a string.
Yes.
And they fire it at the person in the elevator to imitate what the speed of being hit by a person in that universe would be like.
Oh, no.
How do they not get sued?
They probably agree.
Because it's not America.
They probably just signed a thing and it said, look, okay, this is going to be a prank show. Do you want to be on it? And they'll go, yeah, I would like to. And they'll be like, cool, sign here. Something is going to happen to you. We promise it's somewhat safe.
We're not going to tell you when or where, but something is going to happen to you at some point.
Somewhere. Do you remember like they also had the prank show one where the guy's like, he was asleep and they've moved his bed into a cabin on like a mountain on a ski slope. So he was sleeping at the bottom of the ski slope, and he wakes up and he goes to get out of the bed, and then the side of the bed comes up as railings. The front door opens and he flies down the mountain on it. So
It's just so mean.
but it's also really funny. Oh, and the cameras are all set up for it. I mean, I know most of it is staged, but it's still hilarious.
I don't know. I'm not sure some of it is staged because their reactions do look fairly genuine.
This is true. Oh. Acting. Alas, I was acting. Okay, well, I think it is about time that we actually wrap up.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Oh.
Aaron, you're not allowed to end anything ever again.
He was wrapping up.
He was wrapping it up. Oh, dear me. So that is where we're going to leave things for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. As you are aware, we have been a little bit under the weather, and hopefully that will be improved.
I'm going back under the weather because Aaron, that hurt.
You're welcome.
Aaron.
Now, if you have enjoyed what you've heard, hit that subscribe button. As we've mentioned, this isn't one of the normal episodes as we're doing this online. Normally, we're all together in the same room and having a good chinwag, but better safe than sorry after having had COVID. Now, next time, we were going to do something Naruto related. That might be subject to change. We might be talking One Piece Red because the film is now coming out in Australia this week. It's already out, actually. So we will... it's a surprise. You'll find out when we get to
there.
Yeah.
Can I pitch something real quick?
Yeah.
What if we did a big three? Bleach, One Piece, Naruto.
I mean, we could. We could talk about all three. But it is, like, the Naruto one is for the 20th anniversary of Naruto. It would feel like a bit rude to shove it in there with the other two.
Cold. Everything's going dark.
Well, look, we definitely do need to do a big 3 episode. So I think this is something we should discuss as a team. We'll make a plan around it. But let's do it's either going to be One Piece Red or the 20th anniversary of Naruto. So that's what's coming your way. Good luck, and I guess you'll find out in 2 weeks' time what it's going to be.
Yay!
Now, if you do enjoy what we've done, and you're listening, words are good, and you should go to YouTube and hit the like and subscribe button, because apparently I can't end an episode.
Go to platform, do algorithm.
Yeah, do the things. Leave a comment, leave a like. Let us know if there's, a particular character or episode of Tiger and Bunny you really enjoyed. And on that note, as we mentioned earlier, on YouTube we do have those monthly videos focused on, anime, and this month's video was focused on having a chat, a little interview with the voice of Rebecca from Cyberpunk. That's Alex Cazares. She is wonderful and so lovely to talk with, so you can find the link to the channel in the episode description. And if you'd like to support the channel, there's a Patreon. As always, big thank you to our Patreon members for supporting us. We've got episode outtakes, the pre-show, video extras, and so on. So if you can afford to support us, that'd be greatly appreciated as well.
Buy us Costco hot dogs.
Oh man, don't get me started. I could go a Costco pizza, man. Like that's.
I have so much time for Costco.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, you know what we should do? We should get a Costco pizza for once my new house is finally done, because I literally have one set of lights between me and Costco. Everything else, there is no sets of lights.
Ooh.
Yeah, Kenny will be the same for you as well. You'll have only, you can avoid going through sets of lights and only go through one set of lights to get to Costco.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the freeway, of course.
Freeway? No, Leech Highway.
Leech Highway, yes. Sorry,
Yeah.
highway.
Mhm.
What are words?
What are words? But that's still probably a while off. I don't know how we're going for recording the episodes, because my current studio that I'm in has a massive mirror in it, and that kind of ruins everything, if I'm honest. So that we don't know if we'll be doing the videos of the episodes yet, but now that we're set up, the podcast is back to fortnightly, and things should be good. I think that's kind of it, really. I mean, we've had fun. I hope you've had fun as well. Yeah.
Can I do more rapping?
No, you can't do more rapping. Look, you got to save that for Christmas. We need you to wrap the gifts.
I see a tunnel
I'm terrible
and a bright light. There are biblically accurate pigeons.
Biblically accurate pigeons?
Is that what that giant bird from Up was?
Yeah, it's definitely a biblically accurate pigeon. And on that weird bombshell, you've been listening to Kawaii-Fi Radio. Thank you so much for joining us, and until next time, watch some anime.